I'm April Boykin. I'm a holistic psychotherapist and an Eden Energy Medicine advanced practitioner.
And I'm Andrea Vaughn. I am a clinical social worker and I'm an alignment coach. Welcome to our podcast, Healing Doesn't Have to Hurt.
This is a podcast for anyone who is on their healing journey, seeking personal growth and alignment through gentle practices that honor our nervous system and our soul.
We're glad you're here. Hello. We are back. This is episode 6 already.
Yes, and this episode is titled?
Yes, it is. I'm tired.
Oh, gosh, I feel that in my bones.
I was like, we are doing an episode on this because it just, the older I get, the more tired I am. I need different things, and I'm tired in different ways at different times, and so I'm excited to talk about this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we think about tired, right? Tired shows up in a lot of ways. It shows up when we've not slept enough. And for some of us, it's because we can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's that we've stayed out too late. We've done too much celebrating, or enjoying life. And we cut ourselves short on sleep.
Yep.
And so we're tired.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is soul tired.
Yes. It is so true. I've had this so many times. Most of the time, it's been when I'm at a job that I don't enjoy. If I'm working and I'm miserable, my soul gets so tired.
Or a relationship that's not working.
Or just something that's fatigued.
Yes.
It's gone on for too long. And then you are just so exhausted.
And that's really about not getting any of your needs met. Not being seen, not being heard.
Not feeling safe.
Not feeling safe.
To be able to express yourself authentically over and over and over. That leads to exhaustion.
It does, right? I'm tired.
And you feel it in your body, but you also feel it in your perspective and your outlook on things. And for me anyway, and how I see other people, I just don't have that zest and this optimism. Everything falls out when I'm too tired.
I love that you talk about that because we do lose perspective. Some of those consequences of tired is that we tune back into having to take care of the most immediate need, right? And so we don't project forward. We don't look at what could happen. What creative things could I participate in?
That is so falls to the wayside.
Yeah.
It's like survival mode again.
100%.
Creativity is way up in that Maslow's hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
And I just know when I'm bone tired from whatever reason, everything's harder. Everything's more effort. And it's just getting through the day. Yeah.
And then there's another type of tired, and that's that existential tired that I think we're all feeling right now. I mean, after the week and loss and trauma and violence that has happened in this country.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, we've had several years of just, fires and deaths and chaos. And
a lot of trauma.
A lot of trauma.
Yes. And I think, I don't know how to word it. It's just, I almost sometimes feel connected to people through the exhaustion.
Right.
It's just a given that we're all tired because of how heavy things feel.
Well, the millennials will come up with a word
yes,
for
they
it.
Will. They'll say
they
will.
They will come up because I was thinking trauma
right.
bond, and that's another good millennial term.
Yeah.
And there is some of that, right? That we're connected because we are in this existential crisis.
Yes.
With fear, but we're all right. And what we know is that all of these tireds always go back to the nervous system.
I know. Which is kind of wonderful when you remember because there's something we can do. A lot of times you're tired because you feel like you have no control. And if that goes on too long, especially in the world, well, what can I do? And that just, that's just a trigger for so many things, but mostly exhaustion. But we can control our nervous system. We can, through the tools you're teaching and everything that we practice, it just brings your control back. And that's the good news.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you. And when we think about how we get to the point that we're tired, and I will tell you, I am guilty of this. I am guilty of going...
We're opposite on this. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
And full steam ahead all the time.
Of work.
of
And you're
work,
focused, yes.
work, or anything,
Mm-hmm.
anything that I decide that I'm going to do that
Mm-hmm.
becomes my responsibility.
Yes.
I am 100%
Mm-hmm.
to the point that I don't give myself time to rest.
Yes. And what I've been doing, maybe the last year, is filling my time so much with fun. Like, and it's beautiful, like going out singing, training for a big swim race, all these things that I have not been able to say no to the good things. And it's been amazing. But all of a sudden it was starting to get to me. I was getting really, I remember talking to you like, I am exhausted and I don't know how to cut it out. And it's taking a toll on a lot of things. Isn't that funny?
No, I think it's perfect. And I'm so glad that you said that,
Yeah.
because I say this to people all the time. Sometimes we will say, well, I've got to do this and this and this self-care. I've got to take a walk and I've got to do, my meditation, and I've got to do. Sometimes self-care can be too much because we are making ourselves do.
Yeah.
And that puts you into fight or flight.
Even if it's for good reasons.
Right. Self-care is great. But when you got a checklist of 10 things and you only have the energy for 3,
Right.
but you make yourself do all of them, you're doing the same thing. You're triggering the fight or flight.
And I would never recognize that because I'm having fun.
Yes.
But if I have 4 nights in a row, I am in fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
And I need to regulate and calm down.
And it is sad to think about, but I love what I'm doing.
Yes.
And when I'm working, I love what I'm doing.
Right.
But it's taking up all the space.
Yes.
Right.
We really need to rest. It is not this optional thing. It takes its toll. You're going to pay if you don't build in rest.
Well,
but we have interpretations of what rest means.
Think about what society tells us about rest.
Mm-hmm.
If rest has to be earned, rest is lazy.
People justify, I hear them all the time saying, I'm going to take a week off because, I worked the last 6 months, or, I didn't take any time off. And I always try to gently say, you don't need to have a reason. You don't have to justify. You're a grown up. It is okay. You can do it just because you want to. And we do have these messages that rest needs to be earned.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're weak, or you're not working as hard as somebody else. And no.
So I've even had challenges with travel. I love to travel, but I have to see everything. And
You do. You do,
No.
yeah. I get it. I get like that sometimes, but not as much.
No, I've slowed that down a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I've learned, right, that I don't have to
Yeah.
put it all in. I would rather experience it and enjoy it
Yeah.
than feel pressured to do all the things.
It's understandable because especially if you've gone to some amazing places around the world, and how often are you going to get to be there? You want to see as much as you can. It's a fine line. It's a fine line, but it is how much can you take in if there's not a little downtime?
Well, and we have to remember that idea of consuming everything is not necessarily a benefit to
Right.
us.
Yeah.
So what we think about rest, I've lost my word. We think that people who work 80 hours and people who are always on the go, get home and do 6 or 7 things and have got all these things going on
All these
in their
projects,
life,
yeah.
all the projects, right? We think that's a great thing. That's exhausting.
Yes.
That creates.
And how can you sustain it?
It's not
So,
sustainable.
it's at some cost usually.
It is.
Yeah.
Right. And that cost is fatigue.
Mhm.
And because of the society that we live in that monetizes, your hobby needs to be monetized. No, you can have
Right.
a hobby
You can just do it for fun.
for fun.
And you don't have to be good at it either.
No,
You can just paint because you want to see what it's like. You don't have to be good to paint. You can just see what it feels like to have the brush stroke across a canvas or something. And I don't think we let ourselves play like we used to when we were kids, and there's so many things to this.
Well, and if we think about what our beliefs are about rest,
Yeah.
right? My own personal belief about rest is that I don't need it, that I always need to be doing something, that I'm only safe when I'm taking care of, fixing, doing,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And that play is earned,
Yes.
but it's only earned after all of the to-do list is done.
And I'm so opposite of that.
Yes.
I am. I don't know if I always have been. I'm a lot more now, at least. Right? I just, it's for me, it helps me fuel getting other things done. Like I have to mix in the fun things. I have to, because it brings me joy. And I'm so much more vibrant in all the other areas of my life if I have that outlet. And it's so fun.
Yeah.
But I like when I build in some rest days where I'm not doing much of anything, or I just stay home and clean up my mess because I've neglected my place for so long. It's just, I have more energy and focus. Yeah.
Well, everyone does better. So,
right.
So the consequence of not resting is that you move towards burning out, that you have difficulty focusing,
Or you
that
get sick, you get
you
ill.
get sick, your immune system
Yeah. Right.
get depressed, you get
Yes.
anxious, angry, that you feel disconnected from yourself and from people in your life.
Right. And you have those little bit of rest times and you just come back stronger. I always think of with exercise or training or bodybuilding or whatever, that the muscles need time to rest in order to get, and then they get stronger. And I'm not always great with that. And I'm going to share, I'm training for this big, huge open water swim race in about 6 months. I can't believe it was like a year. It was going to be in a year. I said that for so long. All of a sudden, it's only 6 months. I have a lot more training to do. And so I wasn't sticking to my training schedule for a while because I was having too much fun going and singing. And so I'm going to swim. And I'd swim like 4 or 5 days in a row when I hadn't been doing it consistently. And I was getting sore and injured and everything. And now I have built into, I will swim 2 days in a row and I'm going to I rest in between. I feel so much stronger that next day when I go back. And I'm trying to remember that for everything else. It really is just a physical benefit. I can do other activities and exercise, but I don't have to do, it's not beneficial to go. For me at this stage, a high school swimmer, they swim 5 days, not an almost 60-year-old. No.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that can carry over. We can take those lessons for so many other things. But we have to look at what message do I have? If I rest, what does this mean? I know a lot of people who, they think it's weak to take a nap. They think it's weak, or they're not as productive, or they don't want to tell anybody. They would much rather say how much they got done.
Right.
Like when I run, I'm like, I do. I'm like, I had the best nap ever, and I'm proud of it, but I don't think that's typical.
No, and I'm a napper as well, and it feels like a treat to myself,
Right.
and I would rather it feel like normal instead of a treat.
Yes, to
right?
plan it in. When are you going to get your nap
When
in
am I
this
gonna?
weekend?
Yes,
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I think it's important to remember what sleep also does for our brain. Sleep allows our brain and body to heal. 90-minute cycles. We could do a whole podcast on that.
Mhm.
But when we don't make enough space for sleep alone, when we're like, oh, I only got 5 hours last night, I feel great, right? Many nights of that end up creating deficits in how our brain is healing itself.
Yeah.
Sleep is necessary. It's really beneficial. So shifting how we think about sleep and rest, right? And sometimes we get to a place in our life where we're so stressed out, we have racing thoughts, we have insomnia, that we can't sleep well, right? That's an indication that we need to be doing something about it because it's not, long-term, it's not healthy.
And the older you get, the more you used to be able to sleep anywhere, anytime. And it's changing. All of a sudden, the last couple of years, it's changing. I'll wake up at like 2 a.m. I can't go back to sleep till 5. And I started tracking with my watch, my sleep. And it breaks it down. Like my deep sleep was like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So what, like that?
Well, that's menopause. Sorry, ladies. That's menopause. And menopause, so deep sleep.
I'm not past that word yet.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true. It really, there's so many hormonal changes going on in our bodies in all these different departments that are affected. And sleep has really been a big one for me.
Yes. And
So many.
it is always a dance, right?
Yeah.
Do you need to take supplements? Do you need to do sleep hygiene? Do you need to change how or when you go to sleep? It's a dance to find the right way to sleep.
And to shift, like you have to make changes.
Yeah.
Like things just don't stay the same. And if my quality of sleep is changing, so I have to change. Isn't it funny how, like, I know this, but I haven't changed much in 20 years.
Right.
But, yeah.
It's getting purposeful about it.
Yes.
But then there are lots of
Yeah.
people who are exhausted. They sleep and they wake up exhausted.
Yes.
And that's about
Yeah.
fight or flight,
Mhm.
right? It's chronic stress, right? When we are in a chronic state of stress, it's really hard to get good quality sleep. And you
Right.
wake up and you're in chronic stress again.
Mm.
I remember when I was going through a divorce, I would go to sleep in chronic stress and I would wake up in chronic stress. And it was just a constant.
And it doesn't matter
in
how
my
many
life.
hours of sleep you get.
Doesn't
Right.
matter. And that was really when I began focusing on regulating my nervous system. I worked with energy medicine people, and that was when I really got focused on calming my nervous system and learning how to give myself rest and sleep and support in that process.
So would you have like a nighttime routine with it? I think you did. I remember like an energy routine at night.
I still
before you
do.
went to- Yeah.
But I'm also ADHD, if I'm honest, right? So I have about 25 things that I could do from a nighttime routine, from laying on an acupuncture mat to the exercises that I do.
Yeah.
And because I am used to having such a varied nighttime routine, because I'll get bored with something or
Yeah.
I'll find something new. What I do is I always take 3 things off my list of nighttime routine activities. So it might be exercises, right?
Okay.
Or the exercise that I'll show today.
Yeah.
It might be a set of exercises, or it might be to be on a grounding mat, or it might be to be on an acupuncture mat. But I always build in. So the routine is always the same in that I go to sleep at the same time, but I do something different. And most of us have to know that most of us will do something for a while and eventually it'll stop working.
Right.
And we have to change it up anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not just ADHD people,
Yeah.
but certainly ADHD people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Lay it on me. I want to see what we're doing today.
all right. So this is actually one of my favorite activities. I learned this again in Eden Energy Medicine, but it was created by an optometrist, and I have to look to get his name correct. I'm not sure if I think it's Best. I want to say that it's a Watson or something.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll put it in the notes on this because, but he created this. So when our eyes are a window to our soul and it's a window to our world. And we take so much information, particularly shock, stress, it comes in through our eyes. And so
I don't think about that much. You're right.
we don't, right?
Yeah.
So much shock in our bodies comes
Things
in.
we read, things we see. Yes.
And trauma, we see it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we purposefully don't see it, but it's always about how our eyes are interpreting that, right? So what he did was he uses this cupping on our hands. And when we cut off our sight, we're sending, just like when we close our eyes, we are sending a message. And the nerve that runs around our eyes also connects to the vagus nerve, the trigeminal nerve, right? And so if you have a migraine, you can, pinch this nerve. That sometimes helps take care of it. But this nerve connects to the vagus nerve. And so what we do, we always rub our hands together and then we cup them, because if you go flat into your eyes, you're actually pushing on your eyeballs. You don't want to do that. You want to make space and you want to cover, right, your eyes. And isn't that an interesting sensation? As you're blocking, and I can't see you, so you have to speak.
Yes, it's an interesting sensation.
All right. So
I'm listening.
So take a breath and exhale. How does it feel to sit here with this sense being disconnected?
I like it.
Right?
Do you like it?
I do.
I hope you're supposed to, because I like it.
It does. It is actually sends a message to our brain to start to calm down. Now, you can take your hands off and I'll show you.
I don't want to.
Okay, we'll leave them. But
no, sorry,
there's
great.
a second part of the activity that I learned in Eden Energy Medicine, and that is to come down and to pull back over your ears and around.
I remember this one.
Right? Doesn't that
Yeah.
feel good?
It's just soothing.
So let's do it again. We're going to cover,
Yeah.
take, and you can stay here as long as feels good.
Yeah.
But when you're coming down, over the eyes and behind the ears, and you can even just kind of brush it off here. And this is great for computer eye fatigue, right? This holding in hand.
Yeah.
It's such a good
And breathing
way.
while you're doing
And
it.
breathing while you're doing it, tuning in, right? And just recognizing, I'm tired, right? I'm tired. And giving yourself a moment. You can, and even, you can even put your hands on a shelf and hold and stay like this and just relax. Give yourself 5 minutes like that.
There's something, I can't define it, but it's this, I feel like, how do I explain it? It's like something that is getting synced. Is that a weird? Something's connecting or synced up, and I don't know what that is, but does that make sense? Something goes.
It does, yeah. Well, you're calming your nervous system, right? You're telling your brain, right, through our optical nerve, we are saying calm, rest, and that's what's happening. And so particularly because it's tired and this, and the more you do this, your body will automatically know what to do. It gets conditioned. Exactly.
Yeah, I settle in. The more I've been practicing, it responds more quickly. I have more access to it more quickly.
A lot of people wear eye masks now, and it tells the same thing. You put the eye mask on, and it's the pressure, the little bit of pressure in the darkness, calms the nervous system. Right.
All right. I need to add these at night and see if my deep sleep increases. You know what I mean? If it just starts to shift, something. You know, because I'm doing nothing. I'm just like, okay, I hope it's better tonight, instead of like actively, you know.
Okay. So here's another one that you can do. You can take your finger and you can go up. And this is, right, so how we do this on babies, we do these on puppies. Yeah, we do these.
I like doing that.
So and you can go down as well, but this moving it up is, it induces, right, the peacefulness. And
all of these are great.
Yeah, they're all great.
Every day I'm like, well, what are we going to learn today? It's like a playground.
Yes.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
Those are good. I feel, that one felt really, I think that helped me. I'm a little wired when I got here today. You know that, right? Like running late and stuff. And that's something, and that one just went.
Well, remember, there are lots. You can do little hearts on your face, right? This is called havening. There are just so many things. But this in particular for I'm tired is so beneficial.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love this.
Good.
This feels so good. All right. So
joke time.
Are
we ready?
I'm ready.
You might have to think about this a little.
Okay.
Because I did.
Well, be gentle with me.
No, because at first I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
All right. Let's hear it.
Oh, this makes me so happy. I don't know why. What did 0 say to 8?
I don't. Nothing. Got nothing.
Nice belt.
Oh, God. That's good. It's kind of good, right?
It took me longer than I realized. Like I want to admit. I love that.
I know.
This is fun.
Fabulous. I see little googly eyes, in my head now.
Nice belt. Oh my gosh, love
nice
it.
belt. Yes, perfect. Thank you for that.
Anytime. Okay, yay! Thank you. Great episode. I'm going to use this stuff tonight. So thank you. Yay! See you next time.
See you next time.
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us for our chats, where we are sharing some of the information that we have found valuable for in our own personal lives.
Things that we talk about over a drink or dinner, we just want to share with other people because we know we're not the only ones. And we really appreciate the support and you tuning in. And really, we would love to hear any other either suggestions or things that come up in your conversations with your family and friends that you would like to hear some tips and tricks on how to regulate your nervous system to address them and just live more peacefully. Please chime in the comments and let us know what more you would like to hear. That would be fantastic.
We all deserve to live a more peaceful, balanced life.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Be gentle with yourself.